Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Andrew Gross and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a really short video here. I just want to go over a quick little hack that you can use with regards to managing your nutrition. A little secret that I've worked out over the years and I've used with various different clients of mine around managing your diet. Yeah, I said that word, diet. First things first, remove the media influence definition of a diet out of your head. Diet is not a list of foods that you eat that equate to losing weight. A diet is a prescribed amount of food throughout in a space of 24 hours for you to consume to achieve a particular goal. Get that around your head first. A diet could make you lose weight. A diet could make you put on weight. A diet could be put in place to alleviate medical circumstances. A diet is nothing other than a prescription of food over a 24-hour period or a 48-hour period or a week's period, whatever the period is, an agreed amount of time for you to consume to achieve a particular goal. Now we've got that particular bit in mind. We then need to understand food the way in which your body does to begin with. Food is energy, and the bigger the meal, the bigger the amount of energy it is. When we're trying to understand this whole thing of how do I influence my weight, because that's what we're really talking about here. How do I influence my weight in one way in terms of I want to gain it, or how do I influence my weight in the other way in terms of that I want to lose it? And if you're going to take a look at it in that respect, then you have to take a look at it in its simplest of terms. So food itself is energy in, exercise itself is energy out. Get that? Food, energy in, exercise, energy out. So what we're constantly trying to do here is to influence the scales in one shape or form. So therefore, if we've got more energy coming in and we've got going out, you put weight on. If we've got an equal amount of energy coming in to energy going out, the weight stays the same. If it's the flip side around of it and we've got more energy going out than we've got energy coming in, then we lose weight. Get it? Sounds really simple. That's because really and truly it is. The rest of the subject around the whole, what do I put into my diet, there's that word diet again, but remember the description we put across to it from earlier on, then that's literally a matter of taste. If we were to take this down to as bland a form as possible, most people couldn't hack it, which is why we go along with so many different options around this whole dietary subject, because not everyone is capable of eating the same foods every day, day in and day out. Consequently, which is why bodybuilders are capable of taking their body fat so low, because in our world, food doesn't really have a taste unless it's on a cheat day. We're eating in order to give your body a set of nutrients. You're eating in order to give your body a certain amount of energy in, and that's it, because we're looking at it based on your energy out. But anyway, when we take a look at this in terms of a normal stroke, average person's going through an average day, then we've got to simply take a look at going, right, well, what are the pockets throughout my day where my energy is most expended? In other words, what are the periods and points throughout my day where I spend the most of energy? The activities that I'm doing that are causing the most amount of energy. And notoriously, that is usually right smack bang in the middle of your day. Now I'm going to ask you this very simple question. What's the biggest amount of energy that you have coming in? In other words, what's the biggest meal you have coming in? Now put money on it, it's dinner. Well then, let's take a look at that and understand the logic of it. If you're taking in the biggest amount of energy, your biggest meal at the end of the day, what are you doing with that energy? In other words, what else are you doing throughout the rest of the day? That's gonna cause you to need it, stroke, use it. If we take a look at in terms of the person I was talking to just a little while ago about their dietary habits, they're eating at 8 o'clock and then they're going to sleep at 10. Well, you've got 2 hours. There's very few foods that you could eat. There's very few foods that you could eat at 8 o'clock that are going to be first of all been digested by 10 o'clock. So what you end up doing is sleeping on everything you eat for dinner. And people notoriously choose the most stodgiest of foods, your pastas, your potatoes, to fill their dinner with, because they've gone scarce on the food throughout the day. So this is what I want you to try. If your primary goal at the moment is to lose weight, or your primary goal at the moment is to manage your weight. That's a better term, manage your weight. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to swap lunch and dinner. That simple. Instead of having what you would normally have for lunch, I want you to save it and have it for dinner. And instead of having what you would normally have for dinner, I want you to save it and have it for lunch the following day. Now what that's going to do is it's going to change the way in which your day is comprised. It's going to change the way in which your day is made up. So now what we've got is we've got a massive amount of energy. Our lasagnas, our roast potatoes and chicken, our spag bowls, that's now in the middle of the day where we've got ample amount of time and ample amount of activity to burn through it and to use it. We have no carryover. And what we traditionally have at lunchtime, because we feel that we're sparse for time, it's just something we've got to throw in our mouths real quick. Now we're getting that at the end of the day when we don't actually need that much energy, and therefore we've got no overspill. Get it? And that's the idea. So what we do is we swap lunch with dinner. Biggest meal of the day to the point of biggest expenditure in terms of energy in the day. And basically eating fit for purpose. He's landing on me. Try it for yourself and let me know what you think.